For the majority of the time that Laurette, Rose, Julienne, and François were enslaved at Gallier House, the United States was in the midst of a civil war, and the future of the brutal system of enslavement was unclear. The United States Army occupied New Orleans in 1862, but allowed slavery to continue in the city until 1864. People enslaved in cities had a lot of exposure to abolitionist ideas. Just blocks from Gallier House was the headquarters for a black abolitionist newspaper called Julienne. Even if by law, the enslaved people at Gallier House were forbidden to learn to read, some may have possessed full or partial literacy or have had some access to someone off-site who will be willing to read articles aloud for them. It is possible that Laurette, Rose, Julienne, or François had the opportunity to read or hear rallying cries such as the following published by Julienne on June 2, 1863. Take up your arms. Will we still be disappointed and deceived? No, because it is our will that we will not be. We have the experience of our parents and that will aid us. What are we asking for? We're asking for justice. And when an organized number, respectable corps, and one which has rendered services to the homeland demands justice, nothing more but nothing less, where are the means to refuse them? Take up your arms. Who thinks he can save himself by remaining neutral? Would the enemies of the homeland of our race have more respect for those who timidly stand aside, for the brave who look them in the face? In what century and in what country has this wartime respect been earned through cowardice? The triumph of the enemies of the Union, if it were possible, would have had a certain result, the aggravation of all the servitudes. The slave would see his shackles tighten, and the white worker would be dragged through the mud, and the free man of color would never walk again without handcuffs on his hand and a gag in his mouth. And we would stand by without protest and without action? In the early 1860s, enslaved and free black people in New Orleans will witness the greatest transformation in the use of power in the United States since the Revolutionary War, the occupation of the city by U.S. federal troops, who would eventually become an army of liberation that would suppress, if only for a few decades, a white supremacist power structure, free all black people, and establish them as birthright citizens with the right to vote on the same terms as whites, establishing universal male suffrage in the country for the first time.